China is a vast country of 1.3 billion. So why would they be interested in this tiny little group of islands in the East China Sea? Well, first of all, they are rich in natural resources. But secondly, I think that it symbolises so much more about what's going on in this part of the world. It symbolises China's power and dominance across the Asia-Pacific region. It wants to regain control of these islands, but of course the Japanese aren't having any of it at all, which has put these two countries at loggerheads. Lots of people here in China say that tensions haven't sunk so low since the Second World War. Remember, the bitterness is never far from the surface because of Japan's occupation of much of China during World War II. Now, I'm actually on a boat which sailed to those islands just a month ago, landed, the activists planted the Chinese flag. They were then arrested by the Japanese Coast Guard and deported. They wanted to sail again. They want to do it all over again. But at the moment, the Chinese authorities are preventing them from doing so, practically impounding this boat. The activists wanted to sail today. I think the reason that they've not been given the paperwork to sail is because Chinese officials know that if they do go to that part of the world, and they do go to the East China Sea and attempt to plant that flag again, things will be much more serious this time around. It probably will be much more serious than just being arrested and deported, because there are Chinese ships in the region, there are Japanese Coast Guard vessels, and that could pitch potentially the Navy of China, potentially the Japanese Coast Guard and other vessels against each other. And people fear that that could light the torch paper, potentially even leading to war between the two countries. Now, this is a symbolically huge day because it's the 81st anniversary of that Japanese invasion of China. And on the run-up to this anniversary, over the course of the last few days, we've seen protests which number around 85 Chinese towns and cities have seen anti-Japanese demonstrations. Such is that anti-Japanese sentiment right across this country now. And it's making Japanese people in China feel very much under siege. Well-known Japanese companies who have now closed down or scaled back production, companies like Toyota, Mazda, Panasonic, Sony, who are all shutting down their vital operations across China. Japanese school children told not to go to school. Such is the level of concern about attacks against Japanese citizens and Japanese business interests in China.